Okay. We are live, baby. All right. We'll wait for some people to get in here. Let me get the Discord going. All right. Sent that out to the Discord. All right, we are live. What is going on, everybody? We are live here on TikTok Studio. And I was just going to do this in a regular video format, but I figure since I'm trying to go live more often and do this social media influencer, micro influencer, whatever thing more seriously, I should probably just go live and do it live and then just edit out anything, that isn't conducive to clips to put it on YouTube. So I figure we'll just go ahead and do this live. So we're going to go ahead and watch and react to Elizabeth April's latest video. As you can see, she streamed this 19 hours ago. 19 hours ago, it already has over 36,000 views. So this is brand new, and we're going to go ahead and watch this. This is her conversation with the elementals. Now, of course, we know from an occult perspective what the elementals actually are. She claims to talk to the elementals and to the fairies in this video. So we know from an occult perspective what the elementals are. We know from an occult perspective what the fairies and the Fae Folk are. So I am 100% confident in stating that she's not getting in touch with any elementals, with any Fae Folk or anything like that. And I promise you, when we go through this video, whatever, like anything she tells us that's coming from the fairies, that's coming from the elementals, it's not going to be anything that we know from history comes from the elementals or comes from the Fae Folk, right? But I'll let her dig her own hole. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to react to Elizabeth April's latest video, a conversation with the elementals. So, welcome everybody. What's up? What's up, Trey? What's going on? Weird Toe Guy, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Yo, what's going on, Venom? What's up? Glad you're here. We're about to get started. We're going to react to Elizabeth April's latest video. This was streamed 19 hours ago. I can't believe I missed it since I am subscribed to her channel. As you can see, I'm surprised that I missed it and wasn't able to do this when she was live. So we could do like a double live while she's live, we'd be live and debunking it live. But this is fine. So we're going to go ahead and watch and react to Elizabeth April. Also, I'm streaming on Twitch, so if you have a Twitch account, please do follow me over on Twitch, also under the Mystical Rebel, and be sure to also subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Mystical Rebel, also on YouTube. I'm uploading a video right now, as you can see, with 41 minutes left down here. It's 78% done, 40 minutes left now. So there will be a new video uploaded shortly. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna expand this. All right, and hold on. You guys might not be able to see because my picture's in the way. Let me move my picture up here for just a second. So you can see down here, it's just the introduction and Faerie vibe. The next segment is her Galactic Federation meeting and announcement. And then after that, it's the huge sale announcement. And then the video really gets started with the channeling fairies. So I'm going to skip these. I don't think these are, I don't think any of us care to listen to her sales pitch about her Galactic Federation nonsense or her sales and, you know, whatever. I don't think any of us care to hear about any of that. And also, do you guys like the picture? Uh-oh, what happened to the picture? No. What happened to the picture? Okay, hold on. I gotta get the picture back. 1 second. I don't know why that happened. There we go. Jeez. Do you guys like the picture up here? Or do you want it like where it usually is down at the bottom? What do you prefer? You guys like it at the bottom? You want it at the top? Up to the left, up here? Okay. Maybe near the we got two different. Well, I normally have it down here at the bottom. I just want to show you guys the, you know, what are these called? The timestamps. But yeah, let's go ahead and the top. Whoa, why did it go away again? I wasn't even messing with it this time. But okay, I'll put it back up here at the top. I wasn't even messing with it. I wasn't even in a TikTok studio. I was over here doing something on Twitch. Interesting. All right, hopefully it doesn't keep going away. All right, so we'll leave it right around here. I mean, she's going to stay center. She's not going to move around, or it's not like a video where there's constant movement or scenes or anything. So it's not like you'll miss anything if my image is up here. All right, so I'm gonna skip this because this is just the introduction and the fairy vibe, which was just her wearing her green hood and she had a staff and she was pretending to be like a wizard or whatever. And then we're gonna skip the Galactic Federation meeting and announcement because we're not New Agers, so we don't care about any of that nonsense. And we also don't care about any sales that she has going on because none of us are buying that shite. So we're gonna go ahead and skip right to the end here. And we'll go ahead and get started. Let me know if the volume on the video is too loud or you can't hear it or whatever. But we're going to go ahead and get started right now.
Okay, so me. Hello, fairies. Oh, and I want to mention something. So when I talk to really any beings, like any being, like whether they be earthbound or elemental or whatever, I'll remote view to them. So I was sitting in my office on our property.
Uh-oh, come on.
And then I remote viewed into the forest. They typically stay in the forest, and they don't usually come out to the cleared area. So I went to them.
That's not true. Where are you getting that? And why is this happening? Is it because I'm uploading a video while streaming at the same time?
Hello, fairies. I'm here with a group of humans and wanted to know more about you.
All right, hold on. Let me take it out of the widescreen.
Is that okay if I record this conversation and share it with them?
Maybe this will be better.
Because I know they can be kind of, not secretive, but...
And let me move this back down here. Sorry, guys. So that way you can see her face.
So the fairies responded...
But maybe this would be better. Oops, sorry. Let me put this on vibrate.
So let's just start off by introducing us to who you are and where you live. Fairies. Hello, my name is Rosalie, which is interesting. I've never even asked her, or at least any of them, their name before.
Her name is Rosalie. Is she trying to tie the fairies to like nature by giving them a flowery type of a name? Rosalie.
The head of human elemental relations here on this land. I oversee any issues arising between the humans and the land they occupy. Me. Is this this a position that is common among all groups of elementals? Rosalie, yes, this position is necessary across all areas of Earth. Me.
So why hasn't any occultist ever come into contact with anything like that, right? Unless you're dealing with the elemental king or queens themselves, you can engage with any elemental. There is no representative for the humans on Earth. You can engage with any elemental. I don't understand what that what that means, or where she's even getting that information from. Interesting. Then why don't we have that for humans as well? Yeah, I don't know. She's BSing, of course, but let's continue.
Can you give me an example of an issue that you would encounter with the humans? Rosalie. Mostly, I deal with humans disrespecting the land, the trees, and the environment around them. Sometimes.
So that's also an issue because 9 times out of 10, that's dealt with by the genius Loki, not the elementals. So I'm not sure where she's getting that information from, unless again she's trying to tie the fairies to like nature and the land and all this other stuff. She's quiet. Let me turn up my volume a little bit here. Hopefully that'll be a little better.
Sometimes they will cut a tree down for no apparent reason or kill an animal just for fun. This hurts us deeply. Me. When those acts are committed, what do you do, or what can you do about them?
Also, if she's trying to refer to the earth elementals, because we would think that they, rule the earth and stuff like that, they don't actually roam the earth, right? If we look into the actual lore of the gnomes, they live deep underground, in like these underground caverns and cave systems and stuff like that. They don't even really come to the surface unless they're summoned. So again, things that are dealt with on the land between humans and spirits generally come from genius Loki, not from the elementals. So not sure where she's getting this. Do you think she believes what she's saying, or she's just lying? I honestly think she's just lying. I think she found her niche and she's cashing in on that. And she used to say things like, I don't do any research. Everything that I know and everything that I do is channeled. But I see more people kind of like me in her comments calling her out for things that are just made up or don't match up to what history and actual esoteric texts talk about. So it's clear that she's doing a little bit more research than she used to. But yeah, I think she's lying, and I think she knows she's lying. So yeah, fairy stuff is money. People like to believe they're fae. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, look at the debate I had yesterday, which I know I said I was going to put it on my YouTube, but unfortunately I can't really do that because, as I shown in my Discord, it's available in the Discord. For some reason, my audio is not captured. Only their audio is captured. So you can hear them, but you can't hear me. And that's all the way through. It's not because they muted me or anything. There was plenty of opportunities where I was talking and I wasn't muted. But my audio, for some reason, was not captured. So I can't upload that to YouTube. I mean, I could, but it would be useless to upload that to YouTube, right? But that debate that I was having yesterday with those two guys, the one guy was saying he's an elder demon, right? That he is this elder demon and his whole family are elder demons, and the people who wrote Dragon Ball Z and what did he say? Demon Slayer know who he is, and they know that he's live, and they're watching him right now, and they're keeping tabs on him, and he can't get unalived and all this other nonsense, right? People like that I think know what they're doing, right? And I think she's just like that. You know, they know what they're doing. Are there people out there that actually believe in this nonsense? Yes, but it's usually not the influencers. It's usually not these types of people. These types of people know what they're doing, especially because they're making money off of it. They know exactly what they're doing. But it's their followers. It's the people that are in the chat. This was, oh, here we go, show chat replay. It's these people. These are the schizophrenics, and these are the weirdos. Why is it not going to pop up? Come on. Show us the chat. All right, I don't know why it's not showing. I don't know, but it would be the people that were in the like her followers. They would be the people who really believe this stuff and are, you know, being led astray. But the actual influencers like EA or Billy Carson or Jay Campbell or Teal Swan or Matthew LaCroix or any of these people, they know what they're doing. They know that they're lying. So, all right, let's continue.
Rosalie. We will usually hold a meeting with the elders of the community and discuss possible next steps. Sometimes we know ahead of time. Sometimes if we know ahead of time, we can minimize the damage, relocate animals or elementals that were occupying that space.
There are no elementals occupying that space, number one. Number two, the fairies have nothing to do with animals. That's a weird thing to state. No, don't know where you got that. And what is this thing about the elders in the community? What does that mean? I am confident that she doesn't know anything about actual Fae lore, right? Whether it comes from things like fairy Wicca, right? Or whether it comes from certain Druidic and Celtic mythos, or whether it comes from what most of us here would be more familiar with, Elizabethan ceremonial magic, like the Book of Oberon. She has no idea what she's talking about. Is it just me, or does it look as though she's reading a script? So no, so not trying to defend her, but she doesn't read a script. What she does, or what she claims to do, is when she channels, she'll write down like what is being said and what their responses are, and she'll like have notes and all this other stuff. That's what she's doing. She's reading from her notes. So she claims to do the channeling, write it all, or she'll write out the questions, right? Write down some notes. She'll do the channeling, and then she'll write down what they told her, and then she'll do a live stream or a video or whatever. And yeah. So, all right, continuing.
We can also help younger animals find food and shelter.
No, you can't.
Their parents were taken from them.
No, that's not how it works.
Me. What is your overall opinion of humans? Rosalie. Most are not bad, they are just ignorant. There are bad ones who always seem to want more and don't consider the pain they are inflicting through chasing their desires. Then
shouldn't the Fae be giving you revelations? This is regular stuff that, I mean, a child knows this stuff, that there are some good people, some are bad people, some people are ignorant. Like I don't understand. Like, shouldn't you be getting like a revelation, something that we don't know that they gave just to you? This is stuff that, you know, we learn in school. Like this is stuff you just learn by being outside, being out and about. Like this isn't a revelation. What she's saying sounds like what the genius Loki would be involved with, the wildlife plants. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. That the elementals or the fairies wouldn't get involved in any land issues with humans or animal issues. That would be dealt with by the land spirits, because she has no idea what she's talking about, because she literally Google, like, I promise you this is what she does. She'll go to Google and she'll go, that's not Google, that's DuckDuckGo, but let's go to Google, because this is what she does. She'll go to Google and she goes, "What are the elementals?" And I promise you, she'll read a few of these websites, and that's it. That's it. She'll read a couple of these websites, right? Ritual Goddess. She'll read that, and then she'll read Naturally Modern, and maybe a couple Reddit, and that's it. And that's it. And then she comes and makes a video as if she knows what she's talking about. But she doesn't. Because she's making the mistake of thinking that the earth elementals actually govern like the earth. No, there are land spirits for that. Right? There's the genius Loki. There's land wights. Even things like Will-O-Wisp, even though that's sometimes a negative thing. Like, the fairies don't do that. The elementals don't do that. There's genius Loki. She's making the super beginner mistake of thinking that the earth elementals actually like govern earth. If she would have done any actual research into the elementals and not just channeled them, she would have learned that the gnomes don't, which are the earth elementals, they don't live on the earth or anything like that. They live deep underground. Almost like if you want to get into the hollow earth nonsense. If there's any hollow earth, that's where it would be from the gnomes, not from aliens. Right? Or humans are down there excavating and doing whatever. But they live deep underground. They only come to the surface when summoned or when moving around treasure and stuff like that. Which is why you can contact the earth elementals for finances and money issues and stuff like that. That's really the only time they surface. She would know that if she actually did any research into actual occult, esoteric, or mystical perspectives on these spirits. When you're talking about spirits, I don't care what part of the world you're from. I don't care what religion you're from. I don't care what culture you're from. Dealing with spirits of any kind falls into either occultism or mysticism, depending on the methodology. There's no way around that. Whether it's a simple prayer or a petition, all the way to full-blown possession. It falls under the categories of occultism or mysticism. And the study of it, just the study of the mechanics, would fall under esotericism. But the practice, the doing of the thing, like she's claiming to do, falls under occultism or mysticism. And so that's where you might not like it. She certainly doesn't like it. Everyone loves to flirt with the occult. Everyone loves to go right to the precipice, right to the edge, but nobody wants to take that dive off of it. Nobody. Despite the fact that if she ever does do any side reading, any supplemental reading, if she were to walk into her local Barnes & Noble, her book, her little, what's it called? Her book, You're Not Dying, You're Just Waking Up, or something like that. That book is on the shelf next to actual witchcraft books, because the people who work at Barnes & Noble, like not the salespeople, but like the corporate people who actually do the layout of the store and put up all the, and like choose what the categories are, they have no idea that the New Age and occultism are two separate things. So they lump it all together. And then also space, right? They go with what sells the most, and young adult, horror and sex novels for some reason sell the most. So they get the biggest section, right? She would know that if she actually did any of her research. Just walk into your local Barnes & Noble. Look for your own book. I promise you, a couple of shelves to the left, to the right, or up or down, you're going to find some actual books on witchcraft. So it's not this inaccessible thing. They just don't want to, for some reason, go into it. And a part of me thinks that a lot of them actually did go into it. I think a lot of them did notice when they were at Barnes & Noble or when they were on Amazon buying a New Age book, and down at the bottom it says customers also bought, and you're scrolling through that and you land on a book about actual occultism. I think some people actually did buy them. Or if they're at an actual shop, they flip through them and they start reading and they start getting some occult knowledge, but it goes against everything they just spent the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years learning, which would have then meant the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years has been a waste. You wasted your time. Some people can't handle that. They'd rather say, nope, this is the waste of time. This thing is wrong. I'm going to close this book and continue on the path that I was on. Rather than trying to find out why these two paths conflict, figuring it out, and then coming to the realization that the path that you were previously on is the flawed one. I think a lot of them do that. But anyway.
There are good ones like you who feel and see what we feel and see. You ask permission before chopping down a branch or say hi to us when entering the woods. We
That's not
so
yes, there are techniques of like gathering your wand or something like that, where before you break it off of the tree or whatever, that you ask permission. But that's not to the fairies. Again, this is how you can tell supplemental research. This is how you can tell supplemental. Oh, my camera's off. Uh-oh. Why does that keep happening? I'm sorry. I don't know why that keeps going away. I don't know what's going on there. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can see me again. It shows me back up on my side. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, this shows that she doesn't do, like, she does surface level, like I just showed you before. She would just Google, what are the elementals? And then she'll read 3 or 4 websites and that's it. Whatever they say, that's the, and then she doesn't remember exactly what they say. So she just bits and pieces of what she can remember and blah, blah, blah. You don't, it's not for the fairies or the elementals that you're asking the tree to take the branch. It's for the tree spirit itself, right? Each plant has a spirit, right? There is a spirit or an essence, an energy associated with that plant, which is why when you're doing witchcraft, you would know this if you did any research, Elizabeth. When you're working witchcraft and you're using herbs, it's best to start developing a relationship with the spirits of those herbs. So that way, the correspondence is stronger, because now those energies are now active. They're not just plants; they're active now, right? You got it going. It's moving energy now. But you don't know these things because you don't study anything, and all your channeled information is just nonsense. You're not channeling anything. You're just making it up. You do a little bit of research, and then you claim it was channeled. And then, of course, like every video she does, she'll do the take it or leave it, right? If it resonates with you, it's for you. If it doesn't, it's not. That's not how truth works, right? Go ahead and tell someone who got SA'd, hey, that resonates with you, but it doesn't resonate with me. So therefore, to me, you didn't get SA'd. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Truth should be the truth all around. There is no, oh, well, it's only true in this situation. No. That's not how truth works. Multiple things can be true. There can be multiple truths, sure. But there is no my truth, his truth, your truth, their truth. That's not how it works. It's not how truth works. Sorry. So there is no take it or leave it. If it resonates with you, it doesn't. That's your cop-out. That's a new age cop-out. So that way you don't have to defend anything that you're saying. Just take it or leave it. No, you should be able to defend. You should be able to defend your beliefs. So.
Place, and are seeing more humans with compassion rather than neglect. Me. That's a very fair and even forgiving opinion of humans. Thank you for sharing.
It wasn't an opinion that a child doesn't know.
When I was having a conversation with you, or one of you, and I asked about the growling in the woods, can you just explain that situation again?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Understand it as well. Now I'm going to side note here and mention. So we've been, and thank you so much for that super chat. We've been on this land for, this will be our 4th summer, but technically kind of 3 years. And twice now, so a lot of, we'll get like our kind of hippie spiritual friends in Ontario together, kind of my OG spiritual community. So I'll invite them to the property and we'll have like big bonfires and all of that. And I always tell them, be respectful, say hi to the fairies, that kind of stuff. And twice now, it happened once last summer and then once the summer before that. I had a bunch bunch of friends walking in the woods. It was pitch black, middle of the night. They had a flashlight, and they heard growling. So they were walking, not on any particular path, but they heard this really strong growl. And when they said they got freaked out and they came out and they told me about it, I was kind of confused because I've never, ever felt...
This is how these people don't have brains. Okay. So I just Googled what wild animals are in Ontario. Because it could be possible. It could be possible. Just throwing it out there. Don't know why this would be possible, but it could be possible that there's no spiritual explanation for growling in the woods. Okay? But I didn't want to just say things because I back up what I say. So I wanted to look it up. What wild animals are in Ontario? We've got an American black bear. They can growl. Can chipmunks growl? Probably not. It's probably not a chipmunk. Eastern cottontail. Here comes Peter Cottontail driving on a bunny trail. Probably doesn't growl. White-tailed deer. Probably doesn't growl. Eastern gray squirrel. Probably doesn't growl. The American red squirrel. What are you doing in Canada? Probably doesn't growl. Oh, but what about the Canada lynx? Those are wildcats. I think that growls. What about a coyote? I don't know, but I think they growl. Well, God damn it, what about the bobcat? What about Robert Cat? Does Robert Cat growl? Yes, he does. And there's 15 more. What else in here could growl? All right, nothing else in here could growl. At least that I would think. But we got a good 4 animals here. And there's a moose, but I don't know if moose growl. But we got a good 4 animals here that growl. And you're in the woods. So why don't we use our brains? Not everything is a spiritual thing. That's another problem these New Agers have. They think that everything is spiritual. Everything you do has a spiritual connotation to it. Everything you do has a spiritual meaning. No. Life happens also. Mundane things happen. Coincidences are a thing. Not everything has this supernatural, spiritual, energetic, cosmic paradigm shift, awakening meaning to it. A growl in the woods could literally be just that, a growl in the woods coming from an animal. Maybe you were getting too close to an animal's den, or not you, but your friends, assuming they're telling the truth. We're getting too close to an animal's den. Maybe they weren't close at all, but it was nighttime, and so sound bounces off easier off of objects at night because there's no light to filter it as it goes through. So it's easier to hear things at night from further away than it is during the day. So maybe it wasn't close. Maybe it was kind of far away, but it was a loud growl, so it sounded close. Whatever. But God, I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Hey, what's up, Regina? Is she really going to be all "you did not say hi to the Fae"? Yes, she's that's what she was saying. Could also be a stray dog in the woods. Could be a stray dog. Could be a stray dog. Hey, Mystic, did you upload the live with the Elder Demon on YouTube? Not on YouTube. It's on my Discord. I'm not going to be able to upload it to YouTube because, unfortunately, for some reason, it did not capture my audio. It only captured the audio of the other person. But it is available on my Discord. I'll show you right here. So here's the one, and here's the other. So that's me, as you can see, and the guy I was debating with, and then this guy, and he eventually brought me up. But unfortunately, the audio is not, my side of the audio is not available. So unfortunately, there's no real need or reason to upload it to YouTube because you can't hear my side of anything. But if you want to see it, it's on my Discord. So I still love you. Peace around. What are you talking about? Life force rejuvenation. What do you mean you still love me? But yeah. All right. Let's get back to it because I really want to hear what she has to say. Mystery schools teach to open and close ritual space because that shuts down abstract cognition. Yes, that is very true. But she wouldn't know anything about that. Or if she does know about, like, maybe like opening, a ritual space and closing a space, which they may use those terms in the New Age. They don't know how to actually go about it. They just say a quick prayer, light a candle. They don't know, like, oh, spirits of the universe, hear my plea. Open this space for me, and then that's it. Boom. But yeah. Damn, I really wanted to watch it. Well, it's in my Discord, but you just can't hear my side.
And so protected. And I don't know why I just never channeled it, but it was just never clear to me. I'm like, okay, well, that was weird. Then when it happened the second time last summer, it was really bizarre. And different people. It was different people that it happened to. So I asked Rosalie about this, or at least one of the fairies about this a couple of days ago. I was just sort of tuning into them. I was like, hey, we're back, I've been taking Bodhi in the woods and just telling him to wave at all the fairies, and he has been. And so I asked her, I said, hey, I don't know if you can answer this, but what do you think about this growling? Like, what is this? Is there a spirit? Was it I don't know if we have coyotes around here, but like what was going on? And I didn't know if she could respond to me, and she did a couple days ago. So I wanted her to expand on that today for all of you, and this was really fascinating. So here's what she said about it. I said, can you just explain what was going on with the growling in the woods? And Rosalie said,
I really hope this is anticlimactic, and Rosalie just says, yep, it's just a bear, nothing to worry about, moving on. I doubt that, but I really hope it's like anticlimactic.
surely, so when we feel threatened or infringed upon, we have certain tools we can use to prevent the clashing of our worlds. We have certain tools.
So she's saying the fairies made the growl. That the humans were getting too close to the fairy, I guess a fairy ring. I don't even know if she knows about fairy rings. But they were getting too close to a fairy ring or something like that, and they were growling, right? But then, now, I'm not saying that I believe in what I'm about to say next, but then that would negate her own other people. This is another problem with the New Age. There's no cohesion. She says one thing, but did you not watch any of the Missing 411 stuff? That guy's from Canada. David Politis is from Canada, and I think you did. I'm quite sure you guys were like on a show together, or you mentioned him before. I'm quite sure you have watched Missing 411. What about all the people from Missing 411, The Hunted, or The Hunters, where he did a whole movie, essentially, on the missing hunters. And a lot of those hunters would talk about how they would be super deep in the woods, and they'd get to a clearing. It's this super overgrownness, blah, blah, blah. And they finally get out, and they're in this circular type clearing. And there's woods all around, but there's just one little circular type clearing in the center of the woods. Now, that's normally, if we go with lore and myth and stuff like that, legend, that would be considered a fairy ring. And they say that, well, I need to get to the other side, or, whatever. And so I walk through it, and then I lose time, and I don't know what's going on. I pass out. I wake up in some other country, or 16 miles that way, and I'm on a mountain. I don't know how I got here. I'm fully clothed, and I've got food, and I don't know. Like, so what about that? Who's lying? Are you lying, Elizabeth, or are your counterparts also in the New Age? So there's no cohesion. Are they lying? Because you're saying that there should be growls and all kinds of stuff to prevent humans from being able to enter into the fairy space. But these hunters were like, no. Normally, if a hunter hears a growl, that means he's near whatever he's trying to find and should probably hide or climb up high or something along those lines. Interesting. Have you ever heard a fairy growl? No, I've never heard a fairy growl. I've never heard of fairies growling. The fairy poked a bear.
we can use to prevent the clashing of our worlds. So when your friends got close to some sacred ground, we created an audible deterrent, and it worked. So bad. I just like
wow. Ooh.
That the growling was actually the fairies trying to deter.
Oh man, that's so cool. Wow. Ooh, I just got chills. Shut up.
So that is very cool that you can do that. And I will remind my friends to stay vigilant and respectful when out there, which, to be honest, they all are very respectful. What other mechanisms do you use to communicate with us? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, I want to know. I promise you, right? Ritual magic is not going to be mentioned. Evocation, conjuration is not going to be mentioned, right? Using scrying mirrors is not going to be mentioned. None of that, right? I'm confident it'll be something along the lines of like, just when you're in nature, just open your heart and just step into your power, exist in your love, and really just give thanks, and really just give reverence to nature, and just roll around in the grass, and just smile at the sun, and take your clothes off, and have a sun bath, and show your hoo-ha to the sun, and all this other stuff, and watch. It'll be something very similar to that.
Rosalie, we live in a different dimension, so there are very few ways you can influence your world. Once again, we can recreate audible sounds that we have heard before, like a mimic of sorts. We sometimes use bird songs to communicate when in a populated location, so as to not be found out. We can also sometimes move plants and foliage as well.
Did something skip? I thought she was supposed to talk about how they communicate. Not what are your abilities. That's a weird place to pause it on. She looks smacked. But what? What about how they how we're supposed to get into you? That was your question. What's this?
Most of the time, we are aware of humans, and humans are not aware of us.
Sure.
Super fascinating. Very interesting. Can you explain to us what the structure of your village is?
Wait, the question wasn't answered. How do fairies and humans communicate? I don't care that you can move plants around. What? How do you guys communicate? How would I be able to get in touch with the fairy? That question wasn't answered. And do you know why it wasn't answered? Because she doesn't know how to get in touch with fairies. She did. She said they talk birds when around other beings. Yeah, so she was saying that the fairies talk to each other through birds, not to us. She was saying that they talk to each other. But what about us? How do they communicate with us? It's weird she didn't, but whatever.
And by structure, I sort of meant social. What is the social structure? Rosalie. Yes, we have around 50 of us here. Many of the groups around this location are smaller and closely relationed. I don't know if that's a word. We have fairy beings as well as elves, which are tiny-looking humans. I sometimes call them gnomes. She was calling them elves. They are considered the ancient knowledge keepers, and the Fae are considered the balance or peacekeepers.
According to what?
Play an important role.
Where are you getting? Is there any way for us to verify this, or we have to just believe you? Is there any fairy lore or culture that dealt with fairies that would agree with this? Or do we just got to believe you, that you got in touch with the fairies for real and no one else has in the history of ever? Just you. So you're the special, you're the emissary, you're the prophetess, you're the speaker for the fairies on Earth, because apparently no one else has this information. Interesting.
Me. I have so many questions.
Oh,
I'm going to list off a few here. What is the lifespan of both a fairy and an elf? What do you eat, or do you eat? And most importantly, can we see you, or is that not possible? Which is funny because she did just mention that most humans can't. Okay, Rosalie. I'm enjoying this conversation very much. It isn't often I get to speak with a human. I will be so excited to relay this conversation to our community.
Ooh.
Fairies don't typically have a lifespan. We can come and go as we are assigned. The elves, however, have more density and therefore do have an end and a beginning. They can live anywhere between 65 and 100 Earth years, similar to humans. Fairies don't need to eat. We are more energy substance, therefore energy will feed us. Elves eat from the land, and they do not need much. Only the highly sensitive, like you, can see fairies. The elves are more dense and can be seen more often. This is why they live very far into the woods and hide frequently when someone or something is coming around. They have great hearing and a strong sense of smell. They can be a grumpy folk, whereas Fae people are usually lighthearted and love to play, almost like children. Please understand that I am referencing what I know here in this location. There are many different types of elementals around the world, and all I know is what we have.
That's incorrect. Right? Spirits can talk to each other, first of all. This is how psychopomps exist, right? This is why gatekeepers, and I mean spiritual like spirit gatekeepers, not human gatekeepers. This is how they exist. Spirits can communicate and spirits can talk to each other. But this is proof of what I was saying earlier, that she would Google certain things and read a couple of websites and not really remember everything she read. And, because some of the things she's saying, is somewhat valid, but other things is nonsense. For example, she said that the gnomes live deep in the forest. They don't live deep in the forest. They live deep underground, right? They live in these tunnel and cave systems deep underground. She also said that that the Fae Folk, that gnomes or elves are usually pretty. What was the term that she used? Hold on.
They can be a grumpy folk.
Grumpy folk.
Whereas Fae people are usually lighthearted.
There we go.
To play.
They can be grumpy folk, right? When in actuality, the gnomes do their best to stay far away from humans. Hence, they live deep underground. And when they do deal with humans, they're usually pretty indifferent. They're usually not grumpy or happy. They're usually pretty indifferent. And she says that the Fae Folk are usually lighthearted and laugh and play and blah, blah, blah. And while there are some fairies like that, it's very interesting that even if let's say she is channeling a fairy named Rosalie, and Rosalie really is telling her that I only know about the fairies here. There's no negative. What about the unseelie, right? Most people who know about fairies know about the Seelie court, which is the good fairies, and the unseelie court, which is the negative fairies, right? So even if what she's saying is true, and they only know about the ones right here in this area, there's no evil ones in that area. It's all love, light, laughter, and fun times at the rainbow party. Like, no, that's not how life is. There's negative spirits everywhere. So that still wouldn't add up. So I don't know what she's talking about here. Let's see. I think I missed some stuff. Scottish and Irish, and no, she's so wrong. Yeah, she's very wrong. A lot of different traditions and cultures have fairies, but a lot of it seems to be focused from there. That's very true. Yo, you look fed up. I'm very fed up. You was about to slaughter that dude talking about dragons the other day. Yeah. You missed the guy yesterday. Did you use the link to join? What link? Oh, for Discord? Yeah, link is in my bio. Okay. Oh, looks like you're out. Okay. I have to go to work. I'll get to. Okay. I see the Fae in my dreams a lot. More when I was a kid. I could visit their land. Yes, and you can still visit their land. You may have to copy and paste it into a browser. Yes, yes, that's probably the best way to do it. For some reason, it doesn't work well just through the mobile link. All right.
Almost like children. Please understand that I am referencing what I know here in this location. There are many different types of elementals around the world, and all I know is what we have. Me. Wow, okay, thank you for that. You had mentioned the other day that the earth was crying. This is fascinating. Can you elaborate on the point here? When I checked in with the fairies the other day, a couple days ago, they told me that the earth was crying. And we got into it, and this is when I really knew I needed to do this video. Rosalie. Yes, Gaia is sad. Parts of her are dying. Much of her is not being respected. Humans seem to be so caught up in fighting each other, they have no regard for the pain they are inflicting on the planet. More love, more respect is needed.
Yeah, this is not a channeled anything.
So
this is
even though
just
you
anyone
aren't
who looks at the
necessarily
world
in the
today
war
would know
zone,
this.
you can still feel what's taking place? Rosalie. Oh yes, it is our duty to know what Gaia is feeling, try and help her. We can also move through portals to other locations in order to share knowledge or gain tools if needed. Me. So what does your little village do when the earth is hurting? What can you do? Rosalie. We try not to mourn. We keep our pocket of land harmonious, beautiful, and thriving. If some of us are needed elsewhere, we will go if we feel called. We always try and keep the peace on the land, but it can be hard when dealing with humans.
So nothing. She's saying that they do nothing, right? Because she can't back any of this up. So the earth is crying. Okay, fine. Even if that was true, right? We don't need a fairy to tell us any of what you said about humans and, destroying the earth and greed and all of this stuff. We get that just by looking at the world. We don't need a channeled message. We don't need spirituality to tell us that the world is basically going to shit. Okay? Second of all, where are you getting the rest of this, right? How fairies are supposed to help the earth. Where are you getting that from? Because this channeling doesn't seem to be giving you any information. Because that's not, we keep the peace on the land, we keep it looking beautiful. But what does that do for the parts that are dying? That does nothing for the parts that are dying, right? That doesn't heal those parts. What then? Or are you going to tell us that that's something that we have to do, and we do that by raising the vibration and meditating on the 6-star cosmic ray and all this other nonsense? We'll see. We'll see.
Not who do not feel what we feel. Me. Now that you are talking to my own community of humans who want to help and want to feel, what could you recommend to us? How can we help
I knew it.
you?
I knew it.
Rosalie.
Let's hear it.
It is not my place to tell you how to behave. However, if you have land, keep it beautiful. Let it go wild. Allow for the natural foliage and animals to enter the space. Commune with nature as if it is a sacred elder with wisdom to share. Teach others how to do the same. Value every
Namaste.
fruit, every vegetable, every every plant with great admiration. We are all desiring to work with you, not against you.
Right. You're starting to sound like your little alien channelings, rather than a fairy. We're here to work with you, not against you. Isn't that what the aliens say when you channel the aliens? But anyway, so basically, there's no help for the Earth, is what you're saying. Well, the parts that are currently dying, because both the fairies don't seem to have any solution for that. You ask them what they do, and they were only talking about their land that's currently beautiful, that's currently not dying, what they're going to do to keep it that way. And then you switch over to, well, what can we do? And it's essentially the same thing, right? If you have land, keep it beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But what about the parts that are dying? What about the parts that are in need of assistance? Is there a cure, or do we just go on thinking everything is love and light, like you're suggesting, or like, excuse me, like the fairies are suggesting? Don't take any action, just love and light and hopes and dreams. Or how do we fix the parts that are dying and that are broken? You don't have an answer for that, do you? Not surprised.
Me. That is some really incredible advice.
No, it's not.
So very much. This conversation alone has impacts beyond what you or I could imagine. Is there anything else you would like to let us know before we move off? Rosalie, we are the children of this planet. And so are you. We desire to know you and aid you as it was before. Please slow down. Listen and feel. There is so much beauty and knowledge to absorb. Thank you for connecting with us today. We are very grateful for your presence here, and it gives us much hope for the future.
Sounds like alien channeling, which is how I know you're faking all this, because it doesn't sound any different than your alien channelings, right? Very, very interesting. I don't... How much time is left here?
Thank you, Rosalie, and all who are with you for protecting, nurturing, and healing our land. There were so many other questions I could have asked and I thought of later, but we will leave it there. I think it was some really incredible information to get to know our elemental friends a little bit better. They are our neighbors, and without knowing it, they're everywhere. Of course, especially in densely wooded and natured areas. So please respect the land, respect Mother Gaia, and keep your little pocket beautiful. And they can and will come around. So I just love and appreciate the elementals so much. They are so near and dear to my heart.
I just love and appreciate the elementals so much.
So keep up the good work. Once again, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
All right, we're done. So you know nothing about the elementals, like at all. So this is very interesting. Let's see what you guys are talking about over here. Are they interdimensional? Do you mean the elementals and the fairies? I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to use that word, yeah, all spirits are interdimensional. So, man, I've never seen a person so happy. Could you send me something practical on the elementals? The only practical thing that I can think of would be Jake Stratton Kent's Testament of Cyprian, which I have physical copies of. I wouldn't be able to send you anything. But Jake Stratton Kent, I would look into his Testament of Cyprian the Mage. I'm so lost on the way she speaks. Yeah, I don't. But that's the New Age for you. Are you familiar with any science on the jinn authenticated by high practitioners? No, I don't study Islamic esotericism or anything like that. Why is she throwing in Genesis like speech? What do you mean Genesis like speech? Like like the book of Genesis? I was thinking of the aerial school thing. The aerial school thing. What's that? Is that like a pew 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 type thing? Slow down and listen and feel ain't gonna help with shrinkflation. Yeah, but she doesn't care about anything like that. She doesn't care about anything. She's just talking nonsense. They got her tricked. Unfortunately, she's got herself tricked. She's just saying what national park workers say about preserving land. Yeah, nothing that is coming from a channeled experience. Nothing that's coming from a channeled experience. Be very careful with jinn. I don't ever plan on working with jinn. Islamic occultism and stuff like that doesn't really interest me. So it's a UFO thing. Oh, the aerial school thing? Huh? I never heard of that. What's that? Are there like videos on it? Because we can look up some shorts or something. Since we're already doing reactions, we can react to that. What was the name of the book again? Here, I'll just take you to the publisher. So it's The Testament of Cyprian the Mage from Scarlet Imprint by Jake Stratton Kent. So this is Scarlet Imprint, a esoteric and occult publisher. I would it be under Grimoires? I don't think it'd be under Grimoires. Oh, it is under Grimoires, right here. This one right here, The Testament of Cyprian the Mage. So these two books right here, The Testament of Cyprian the Mage, and then the other two red ones are the third in the series, the Geo Sophia. But this right here, The Testament of Cyprian the Mage. So it should be about $45 or so. What is that? 40 pounds. So it should be like $45, $48, something like that. And plus shipping. There's a few chapters in here dedicated to the elementals. So, oh, and look at that! It's unfortunately it's sold out, but they also have a text called Jinn Sorcery, which I didn't know. Ah, well, look at that. The paperback is being reprinted and will be available again in July, so that's cool. Jinn Sorcery by Rain Al-Alim is a compilation of jinn conjurations and rituals translated from rare Arabic manuscripts in the author's private collection. Let's see. Following an introduction summarizing traditional beliefs about the world and the nature of the jinn, the author proceeds to give a brief outline of the Middle Eastern occult methods for summoning these beings, techniques of dream divination, the mandal, and invocation. In his preface, Al-Alim writes, many of the methods and techniques covered in the old Arabic manuscripts and grimoires are unknown to Western readers. That's very true. This book is primarily intended for this audience, presenting a complete translation of jinn summoning techniques selected from multiple magical treatises that will bridge the gap between the Western and Islamic occult sciences. My wish is to facilitate the exchange of esoteric ideas between the two worlds and to inspire further research on the subject. I can respect that. The main body of work comprises translations into English of numerous rituals and operations selected from manuscripts primarily from Egypt and Morocco in the author's collection. So it looks like this was the physical copy, the hardcover, which is sold out, but the paperback is coming in July. So it says it's being reprinted. I guess there were errors or mistakes or whatever, but yeah, the fine edition and the standard hardback are sold out. The paperback will be back. So if you're interested in Islamic magic and sorcery, this might be a good text here. I do have the Book of Smokeless Fire by S. Ben Kayan, which is supposedly about jinn, but it's a bunch of nonsense. right here. The only reason I even keep it is so that way I can show people what, even in legitimate occult circles, what nonsense can look like, because it's very easy to get, you know, tricked. So this is from Nephilim Press, which is an actual occult publisher. I have several of their texts, and they're usually really, really good. But yeah, the Book of Smokeless Fire by S. Ben Kayan. And it's supposed to be a treatise on Islamic jinn sorcery. If you want to take a look at the table of contents, you can kind of see here. Wait till it comes into focus. Come on. Come on. There we go. Origin of Darkness, the history of the jinn. What does that say? Outline of the magical system. Blah, blah, blah. And then summoning the infernal jinn. Ooh. Oh. And a lot of this is full of nonsense. So, but other than that, I don't really have any interest in Islamic sorcery. But this jinn sorcery here, I guess if you guys have an interest in jinn, seems pretty cool. The meta conspiracy is the New Age being a government psyop. Interesting. I know a lot of people do think that, but that's mainly from the Christian perspective of things, or let me just say the Abrahamic perspective. I don't know if it's a government psyop. It's not the New Age itself, but alternative religions and spiritualities have always been around. Not in the form of the New Age, but you know, they've always been around. So I can see why they would think that, but I don't believe that. What do you rate her video on an accurate scale? 1? Yeah, 1. 0. She got very, very few things were accurate, to the point where it doesn't even matter if she got those things right. The 4 things she got right out of the 75 things she got wrong. Come on. I watched a video about Jinn Kings the other day. Awesome. Did you enjoy it? On early today. I've been slacking on making it to the live, so maybe I missed something. Well, I reacted to this video here. So if you weren't here during that, then yeah, you missed that. But I'm not done. I'm not getting off or anything. So we're still streaming. We're still streaming. That Jinn book sounds fire. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, if you're interested in Jinn, yeah. Come back in, or I mean, I guess you could order the paperback. It says, you know, but is there an add to cart? No, okay, no, never mind. So you got to come back in July. There's no add to cart. Yeah, there's no add to cart button. So you got to come back in July when the paperback is back available, and it's only £17, which is what, $22, something like that. So, it looks cool, but that's it. A fancy paperweight. Yeah, this one, the Book of Smokeless Fire. Yeah, it's nonsense. I actually wrote a pretty scathing review back in the day, back in 2015, on a popular advanced occult forum, Evocation Magic. It's called Studio Arcanist now, but back then it was Evocation Magic. And the owner of Nephilim Press, Frank Red, actually came on there and tried to defend the book, but a lot of the other magicians were on my side. It was not good, and it's probably why S. Ben Kayan has not published again through Nephilim. He went elsewhere. The black dog I'm watching of the 4's name is Moses. Oh, really? Interesting. All I could find was a red book saying the true grimoire. No. So did you come to the site? It's right here. The Testament of Cyprian the Mage. The true grimoire is up here. But the Testament of Cyprian the Mage is right here. You can add it to cart, not sold out or anything. Right here. Well, the paperbacks are not sold out. The standard and the fine editions are sold out, but the paperback is unlimited. Add to cart right here. Testament of Cyprian the Mage. You did say that one was nonsense, right? This one is nonsense. The Book of Smokeless Fire. by S. Ben Kayan. I don't know about the Jinn sorcery one that we were just looking at, but it's from Scarlet Imprint, so I've not read a bad text from them. Let me see. I've read. Let me see. I've read Holy Daemon, The True Grimoire. The Game of Saturn. I should do a stream on the Game of Saturn. Jael Sophia. Well, I'm in the process of reading Jael Sophia now. The Testament of Cyprian the Mage, Cross Keys, which is my favorite grimoire, Eshun, the Kimbun of Night and Fire, Pelamoyombe, the Garden of Blood and Bones, Ifa, A Forest of Mystery, Pombagira and the Kimbanda of Mumbanda Nazila. And I think that's it. I think that's all I've read out of... Yeah. So, what is that? 7, 8 books that I've read from them, and they've all been fantastic. But yeah. The New Age is just about money. That's it. Agreed. And he's a sweet baby. That's awesome. Hey, Mr. Rebel. What's up, Dr. Mama? Who are some of the worst New Agers in your opinion? Well, I mean, I don't know all of them, but the ones that I tend to name on a regular basis are Elizabeth April, Billy Carson, Matthew Lacroix, Ralph Smart, even though, he doesn't really sell much of anything, but he doesn't also teach correct stuff. Billy Carson, Jay Campbell, people like that. I don't know. Okay, found it. So you say it's accurate? Yeah, the entire text. So first, let me say that don't buy it thinking it's just on the elementals. There's only a couple chapters on the elementals. It's on the history of Cyprianic magic and therefore grimoire traditional magic, of which the elementals fall into. So there's a few chapters on the history of the elementals and their actual origins rather than their perceived origins. So yeah. I thought the Black Dragon was your favorite grimoire. It is, but the Black Dragon is found inside the Cross Keys. It's found, this is the Cross Keys, but I don't have the paperback. I have the Good Catholic edition, which I think is sold out. Yeah, I have the standard hardback, which is called the Good Catholic edition. So it's the Cross Keys, and it contains both the Black Dragon and the Enchiridion. So as you can see here in the table of contents, the first thing right there, right here is the Black Dragon. And then the second part of it is the Enchiridion. So the only other versions of the Black Dragon that I've ever seen outside of this is the 1980s Robert Blanchard version from the International Guild of Sorcery, which is absolute shite. And I think Black Letter Press has a version. Or maybe, no. Maybe they have a version of the Enchiridion. There is another version of the Black Dragon out there. I forgot who it's from. Who's it from? I don't remember. But, there's also the Arundel, but that one's more recent, like super recent. The Arundel Overman one, where he did the illustrated Black Dragon. But yeah. I know you've recommended Cross Keys on here many times as well. Yes, it's a fantastic grimoire. I mean, so it says it's a chimeric binding of the Black Dragon and the Enchiridion of Pope Leo III by grimoire magician Michael Cittatelli, who unfortunately is currently in prison right now, and he will probably not be getting out anytime soon. So that sucks, but I had the pleasure of corresponding with him for a bit before he went away. And before I even knew what he, before anyone knew really what he was involved with. But yeah, anyway, they are complementary grimoires of the Bibliothèque Bleue period, which we talk about often here. That's the time in France where the printing presses were getting crazy. And people decided, or a lot of the printing companies decided to publish a lot of these grimoires that were previously they were published, but they weren't. It wasn't mass produced. There was 10 copies in 10 rich people's collections. It wasn't like Mary Sue up the street had a copy. And then in France, the printing presses started going crazy, and I don't really know why, but for some reason they started to publish these grimoires en masse to the point where they were going door to door selling them. They just didn't put them in stores; they were going door to door selling them. So yeah, but anyway, together they comprise a wealth of spells, spirits, lore, talismans, and psalm magic, with their head in the highest heavens and their feet in the deepest hells. This is the first time they have been bound into one volume. Extensively footnoted, the seals corrected, redrawn, and restored, with excerpts and workings from the translator's magical record. This is a well-armed and practical text, and it's very practical, which throws light on the Grimorium Verum. I don't know if it does that. The Red Dragon and the Grand Grimoire. It is a vigorous text designed to be put to use. It is designed to be put to use, but I would say that it's a derivative of the Verum, the Red Dragon, and the Grand Grimoire. Not it sheds light on them, because it doesn't. The Black Dragon draws heavily on the 1760 or 1810 versions of the Grimoire of Pope Honorius, which is significantly different to the 1670 edition and the earlier 13th century sworn book of Honorius, or the Liber Gerardus, which is an ancestor in title alone. The spirits referenced are therefore those we find in the Verum, and the seals have been corrected in line with the research of Jake Stratton Kent, as presented in his true grimoire from also Scarlet Imprint. The original seals are reproduced for comparison. I'm not going to read the rest of this, but yeah, it's a pretty fascinating text. Over here is the table of contents. It's got the evocations, the Great Exorcism, the spells and counterspells, the Marvelous Secrets, the Hand of Glory, which is different than the Hand of Glory that we're all used to. The Black Hen, the Orisons, which I would use often, the Latin version of the prayers, tables of favorable and unfavorable days, the veritable secret of the Black Dragon, which is his own addition. It's not part of the text by itself. And then the Enchiridion, to the wise Kabbalists, the Psalms of the Enchiridion, introductions to the origin of the manuscript by its original editor, the Orisons, which I used to use these often as well. I don't use them so much anymore now that I have the Litanies of Thoth, but I used to use these often. Of the construction of the pentacle and tools of the art, the virtues of the 7 Psalms, and the Orisons aforementioned, the mystical secrets, and then the notes. So it is a very fascinating text. Black Letter Press has the Enchiridion. Oh, okay. But I don't believe they have the Black. Okay, so it was the Enchiridion that they have. All right, so then I'm not. I forget what the other version of the Black Dragon that I saw. But yeah. Thanks for that. All right. Earlier, someone had mentioned something about UFOs. Some UFO thing. The Ariel school incident, or something. Let me see. Oh, it was in Africa? Is this like a quick? No, I'm not. We're not watching a half-hour video. Are there like little clips? Oh, bedtime stories did. I love bedtime stories. I'm gonna have to watch that because it was 3. Okay, it was 3 years ago. That was before I started watching them. I only started watching them a year ago. Okay, I like bedtime stories. I'll have to watch that. Is there like a quick or like a short? Can I? Is there like YouTube shorts of it? Whoa, what's that? Oh, no. I want shorts of this thing. I want shorts of the Ariel school shooting. Oh, shorts. Sorry, I should have clicked there. There we go. Let's see. Maybe this one.
I distinctly remember I had a young girl on my right side. She was, just slightly shorter than me, and an even younger boy on my left side. So I turned around to look at the crowd around me, the kids around me. And, you just seeing kids talking and marveling and all of that. And then I looked back at myself, because this little, dare I say, man appeared on top of this spacecraft, and I distinctly remember thinking, okay, that can't be real. I distinctly remember I had.
Oh, I just thought over. Okay. Well, that's not really enough information. I mean, I certainly don't believe that. Just right off that. Let's see. Okay, this has nothing to do with aliens. All right, what's this? Bro, why does YouTube do this?
What's up, Denzel?
Oh, that's my man's Denzel.
All right, fellas. Good seeing you. All right, good to see you. Take it easy. Have a good day. All right.
Will he get in a range?
Oh, we got ladies out here working too. All
That's
right.
right. Hey, we happy to see you,
Hey,
Denzel.
what's your name? Where you from?
Denzel, what you out here flirting? Denzel, nah, you got Denzel. You married, bro. What you doing, Denzel?
Professional photography. You getting.
Yeah, this is what I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does it pay?
yeah. I mean,
Well, what do you really want to do? What's the long
Denzel,
term?
what you out here doing?
I'm asking you. What do you love? What do you love to do?
Denzel. All right, where's the aliens at? Why does YouTube do this? Like, you get one video on the topic and then it just doesn't do anymore.
I had a young.
All right. Oh, Ariel school student says he made it all up. Nah, hold on. Let me get more of the story first before we... Okay, here we go. This might be something that gives
He
us
thinks
more.
you should look into this landing case that happened in Africa at the school. There were roughly 100 kids on the playground, broad daylight, aerial school, Rue, Zimbabwe, 1994, and they got some of them within arm's length of these beams. You've got all these children saying what they saw on camera after it happened, and it was witnessed by lots of other people in and around the area for several days before it chose a school to land. Suspend judgment for a moment. Imagine if a UFO or several UFOs landed at a school in broad daylight in Rue, Zimbabwe, Africa, and interacted telepathically with nearly 100 school children. How significant of a story would you give that?
Well, not only that, they had the same message.
Yes.
The telepathic message was that technology is a real problem. And there's things that people are doing with technology that are going to ruin the earth. They were trying to relay this to children, which is very strange.
Ah, okay. So, are these advanced beings? Are these beings advanced? Because if they're advanced, what logic did they use to go to African kids in rural Zimbabwe? They didn't go to tech-populated Nigeria. They weren't in Lagos, which is like tech supercenter of like Africa. They didn't go there. That would have made more sense. You went to the essentially the bush people of Africa and told them. What are they going to do? They're going to continue living the way that they're going to live. Okay, thanks for the news. We never planned to adopt technology anyway, so thank you. Like, that's like aliens going to the Amish and saying, you guys know technology is bad, right? Yes, that's why we still use horse and buggy. Like, thanks for telling us, but we already know. Like, there's no revelation here. Where's the logic there? Why didn't they come to kids in America? Kids in Asia, kids in Europe, or again, I mean, even kids in like a first world country like city, like Lagos or something like that. They didn't do anything like that, right? They didn't go to Johannesburg and tell those people, right? They didn't do anything like that. They went to the outskirts, to the rural areas. What? Why? Why? And why would that make sense? It doesn't. So, interesting. But I want to see that kid who... sorry, I forgot. They only give you one video, and you gotta do this all over again. Fix your algorithm. All right, now I want to watch this one where the kid says he made it up or something. That's a white guy. I thought it was African kids. Like Zimbabwe, not like South Africa.
I do apologize for calling you guys out on your bullshit, but sorry, I have to be honest.
All right, well, where can I, is like, all right, well, I would love to see more of that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, we knew about pollution back then. There was a weird light doing circles a couple of days ago. Well, it must be aliens. Looks like you were getting a visitation. Visitation rights. Aliens are among us. It's a school in Zimbabwe, like a national school or something. Yeah, but I mean, it's rural kids, not like kids that would be able to do anything. And then also you told kids. Like, I don't know. It's not logical. You would think an advanced civilization or advanced beings or whatever would know, you know, who to go to, right? Like, who are the best beings, or not the best beings, the best people to, you know, tell this to. So I don't know what they're called. You said something, Joe. I just missed it. Well, yeah, I mean, I was talking, but I wasn't saying anything specific to anybody. But yeah, I was talking. Thoughts on Cyberpunk after trying it out again? I like it. A lot of things, they fixed it, it seems. Oh, thank you for the rose, Len. If you're still in here, you're probably not in here anymore. Sorry I didn't notice it when you sent it. It doesn't usually show like it does on the phone. But thank you. Appreciate the rose. Gratitude. But yeah, I do like it. I don't know. Would you guys want to like see me game? Like, is that something y'all would want to see, like gaming streams where I like play games? Cyberpunk stream when? I mean, if that's something you guys are interested in, sure. I mean, not tonight, obviously. It's a Tuesday night, so Tuesday nights are the readings. But, yeah. We could do gaming streams. Only thing, though, is if you want to see me do gaming streams, just be aware, I'm a casual gamer, okay? Which means in competitive games, it's not going to be a good time. So you'd be watching me get shit on. So, like, I don't know, like Fortnite is probably the only competitive game that I actually play. It's not going to be me, shitting on people. It'll be me getting shit on because I'm a casual gamer. So just keep that. And then also, I'm not the type of gamer who like buys every new game out there just to try it out and stream it and see, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't do that either. I stick to the same like 6 games. Outside of Cyberpunk, which shouldn't even count as a new purchase because I bought it before, and then got a refund because it was garbage can. So then I had to buy it again. Outside of that, I think Baldur's Gate is the last new game that I purchased, and the next new game that I plan on purchasing is Grand Theft Auto 6. So don't expect me to, jump on every new game that is coming out or every new game that comes to Game Pass or anything like that. I stay with the same like 6-7 games. So yes, no. Jungle Juice don't want to see me play no games. Hell yeah, dude, gaming streams would be sick. Okay. I watch gaming streams on TikTok sometimes. Nice. Okay. Yeah, why not? I don't know. I mean, I feel like most people watch gaming streams for like good games. Like, I mean, not good games, but like good players. And I don't play competitive games other than Fortnite, so I'm not good. And also, I'm not like into the whole game swapping, every stream play a new game and all that. I'm very stuck in my ways when it comes to my games. Stick with the occult. If you're chill, I'll watch. If you're freaked out, no thanks. Yeah, no. Since I don't play competitive game, I mean, other than Fortnite, I don't freak out. There's not gonna be any freakouts. I mean, I'll obviously communicate with the viewers. I'm not like those gamers who are completely focused and never communicate. But yeah, there won't be any wilding out. What games? I play a lot of. Well, actually, Can I show you? Can I show you? Let me see if I can show you. All right, hold on. It's opening on this side. Ah, there's an update required. There's an update required for this app. And there's no, how do you? Oh, there it is. Update now. Whoa, there's updates for a lot of stuff. Where's Xbox? There it is. But yeah, anyway, I'll just tell you. So I play Grand Theft Auto online, or Grand Theft Auto 5, whatever, online. I play Cyberpunk now. I play The Sims 4. I really like The Sims. Huge Sims fan. I play Tropico. I play... I used to play Overwatch. I don't really play that anymore. I play Fortnite. I play horror games like Amnesia or... Outlast. I keep thinking Fallout, but Outlast. I play those. I just started this this game, The Quarry, which is like a Telltale game where it's like a choose your own adventure narrative type game. I just started playing that. I think that's it, but I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's it. Nah, we don't expect you to be pro playing. We should run up some Fortnite together, dude. I'll help you catch some W's. I mean, I get W's, but like I'm not a try hard. I'm not out here like trying to really get that win. Like if I don't win, I don't win. If I win, great. You know, I'm not like these tryhards that like, nah, like even though I'm not getting paid to win the game, I'm gonna make it like I'm getting paid to win the game, and you're not getting paid. It's just a game, and people out here act like they're like pro players and they're getting paid for this. It's like, no, you're not getting paid. You're allowed to lose, but some people don't. I don't know. But yeah, we can, when I start doing game streams, if you guys want that, we can play some Fortnite. Play Pokemon. Can I do that? Is Pokemon available on Xbox? And is available on Steam? I got my Steam right here. Oh, that's CapCut. Sorry. I was editing a video. I got my Steam right here. Is Pokemon on here? I'm not playing any of these. These look great. Nah, I'll get flamed up playing any of these. Maybe Pow World might be the closest. I heard that's kind of like Pokemon. Oh wait, that look a little close to Pokemon. Cassette Beasts. Stop it. Ova Magica? Nah. That's a little black girl. That's racist. And also, I'm not into anime. Like, this is like anime, and like I'm not into like anime. But if they had like Pokemon, like the original Pokemon, like something kind of like this. Okay, this looks kind of like Pokemon used to look like. Something like this, maybe. But how much is this? I'm not paying. Oh, it's free. Is it free for real? It even got the 8-bit music. Oh, it's not out yet. Q4. It's not coming out till Q4. We're only in Q2. So, but yeah. Top 5 favorite games of all time. Top 5 favorite games of all time. Grand Theft Auto 5, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Baldur's Gate 3, and I gotta go back with my classic. I gotta give you a classic. GoldenEye, 007 GoldenEye. That was probably one of the greatest games I ever played. I really want to buy a new console for Baldur's Gate 3, but it's money. Consoles are expensive these days. Yeah, I got a Series X. I actually traded in wait, did I? No, I didn't. My Series, my Xbox S is in the thing. Then what did I do to get this? Sorry, the Xbox is behind the gaming monitor. Did I just buy it? I must have just bought it then. I could have sworn I traded something in for it. What did I do? Alright, I guess I just bought it. Alright, well then I guess I just bought the Xbox Series X like a year and a half ago. Because I was playing on the One S, but then it was just slow, and I was loading into games slow, and like on Fortnite, like my friends would already be like in the bus, and I'm still in the loading screen. I'm like, yo, this is wild. So and back then I didn't have a good PC. I only had a laptop, so I bought that. Then now I have a good PC. I don't really game on my PC though. Actually, hold on. I think I can. I think I can show you my. Sorry, that's not it. I gotta check in here. Oh God, what's it called? Hold on. Yeah, it's not. It's gonna act like it doesn't. It can't find it. Hold on. There. That's what I was looking for. These are the few games I played on PC. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3 has the most, 373 hours since it's been released. Some of these other ones are not even on the board. And some of them only have minutes. 81 minutes, 21 minutes, 12 minutes, 23 minutes, 44 minutes, 373 hours. Slacking on them updates is so real. Huh? Whoa. Guys, if you say streamer person, a Liddy, they will remove it. Really? Even as a mod, they removed my comment. Oh, wow. Stream, like, so you, oh, well, like, I do know that they don't want you to, like, they don't like when people, like, talk about Twitch and all that other stuff. And so maybe that's why, because they're, like, a competitor. And so maybe because there's no need for me to, you know, black out that word or put that in the naughty list or whatever. I don't care if you say streamer, but they do. So you basically have whole cities underwater. Wait, what now? I used to love Sims up to Sims 2. No, I play Sims 4. I think it's I think it's fantastic. And then of course with the cheats and all that. What's the game in the diving suit? I have no idea. Like deep diving armor? I have no idea. That would be awesome. Just be careful with what games you stream. Really? Okay. Got to be careful with the games. Why is that? Oh, because like there might be like nudity or like super gory violence or stuff like that. Yeah, that's also probably another reason why it's best for me just to stick to the few that I play, because you don't got to worry about those. for the most part. Grand Theft Auto can be a little wild sometimes. Or like Skyrim or Cyberpunk have their moments, but the other stuff I play isn't too crazy. Play Mario Kart. I remember Mario Kart. Welcome to Mario Kart. Select your player. Pokemon Yellow. Yes, I did have Pokemon Yellow. I had blue and yellow. My brother had red. And then I had gold. He had silver. And then I had sapphire. He had ruby. And then I think that's when we stopped. We stopped at that point and didn't go any further than that. I'm going to pick franchise Zelda, Pokemon, Mario. Interesting. Play Tormentor. What is that? I don't know what Tormentor is. Skyrim is the GOAT. Skyrim is great. Skyrim is great. And I don't understand why... Like, okay, look at Grand Theft Auto, right? Look at Grand Theft Auto 5 single player mode, right? Solo player mode. Now look at Grand Theft Auto Online. Yes, obviously the feel is different. The look is different. It's a bit more crispier, whilst the single player mode is kind of like more video gamey. And the feel's a little different, but it's essentially the exact same thing. It's the exact same gameplay, right? Exact same city. Like, you don't got to learn a whole new thing and all that. I don't understand why Elder Scrolls Online couldn't be like that for like Skyrim. Like, it's this complete like other game, and I don't like it. It's not good. Like, make it like, do what Grand Theft Auto did. That's why nobody is really playing Fallout 76, and that's why nobody's really playing Elder Scrolls Online compared to GTA Online. I like RPGs. I do too. You can see the trailer on YouTube. I'm going to just say Nintendo. Well, I don't know if Nintendo licenses their games out. Diablo. I'm not a fan of Diablo. I'm actually surprised I'm a fan of Baldur's Gate, because I usually don't like top-down. I don't like top-down games. I don't like games where I have to look at you in the sky, and like, I don't like that. And I also don't like turn-based games. So I'm really surprised that I like Baldur's Gate to the level that I do, because I don't like turn-based games and I don't like top-down. So I want third person if I can get it, but first person is okay too. Facts. I haven't played games in a while. Only Clash of Clans. Yeah, I know a lot of people that play Clash of Clans. And Sky to chill with my girlfriend. That's cool. There was this MMORPG that was pretty lit. You could even fight Lucifer. Oh, wow. Left 4 Dead 2 was fun for me when I had my 3. Yes, I loved Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, you probably saw it in my thing here. You probably saw it. There it is right there. Yeah, you probably saw it in there. Yeah, so this is the PC version. Back when I had the Xbox 360, yes. And I tried to get back into it on the PC, but nobody's there. Like, there was nobody there, because like I was trying to go play some scavenge mode. I was trying to play some versus mode, and nobody was in there. I'm like, man, this is whack, because that game used to be, oh man, that game used to be crazy. Me and my friends would play, man. It was craziness. Let's play Animal Crossing. How can I learn divination? I've worked through the steps recommended and now on step 3. The only way to learn it is to start doing it. So just start doing it. Grab a tarot deck and just start trying to clear your mind and opening your third eye and seeing what impressions and things come through. Write those down and then take a look at the book and compare to what you got to what is in the book that came with the deck that it says that card is supposed to represent in a general sense, right? If it's tarot, right? Do stuff like that until you get a handle on it and you force your third eye open. That's what I would do. Found it. The game is BioShock. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of BioShock. It didn't look interesting. BioShock. I think they're up to like BioShock, what, like 4 or something, 5 now or something. ESO is more like an online version of Oblivion. Yeah, it does have that Oblivion look. like the graphics and stuff like that. It's a little, I don't know. Dang, could you repeat that one more time, please? I was writing it down, so sorry. No problem. So yeah, I would essentially just start doing divination. So the example I gave was tarot cards. So if you're going to start reading tarot cards, one good thing that you can do is, find yourself, go away from people, lock yourself away, whatever, and, try to clear your mind and focus on the tarot and only the tarot, right? And just start laying out cards in whatever spread suits you, or even no spread, and just start asking questions. And, flip over the cards and see what impressions you get. Write those impressions down and then compare them to what is in the text. Now, you're probably not going to be, too accurate your first few times, but that's okay. As you practice and continue, your third eye will be forced open, and your intuition and your psychic faculties will be more able to interpret impressions and things that your subconscious is getting. So hopefully that made sense. I'm gonna watch this. Wait, what? Isn't that the guy from Lights Out? I swear that's the guy from Lights Out. The Lights Out podcast. Yeah, these are all like super long form videos. Oh, here's that guy, that kid who denied it. Interesting. Got it. You're a legend. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You are welcome. I'm actually interested in please stop. Great. It gave him all these likes. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to pause you. All right. I'm actually interested in seeing, now that I watched the Elizabeth April video, now that we watched the Elizabeth April video, I want to know what some other people on TikTok think about the elementals. I wonder what information on the elementals is out there. So let's see. Not the movie Elemental. All right, well, I guess that must mean there's not much content on TikTok about the elementals. Wow. Let me type in let's see if anything comes up for sylphs. Well, my video comes up. My video is the first video. Sylph air elemental light language? No way. No way. So it's just whoever this creator is, or maybe it's not even them, someone they found on the internet. It's just someone going, ooh, wee, 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 And then they put it through all kinds of filters and vocoders and reverbs and all this other nonsense. This isn't light language, and it's not the sylphs. What? And wow, look at these I love your videos so much. I was wondering, though, if there was a way to find out what type of starseed I am. Oh, brother. It felt I was blowing air at the covert narcissist mother figure and gaslighting daughter. This felt amazing. I'm saving this. Bravo. What? The sylphs are so beautiful and special with their bright glow. These aren't sylphs.
So let's talk about air elementals. They're commonly known as sylphs. They can control the weather, and they send off the highest vibration out of all 4 of the elementals. They can affect human thoughts and are responsible for human art, and they're considered to be the most beautiful out of all of the elementals. They usually have wings and are described as being a cross between a fairy and an angel. They're known to be very sympathetic to humans, and they can also take human
it's her
form
baby.
For a small amount of time. To learn more about this amazing creature, definitely make sure to follow for more and check out my YouTube.
All right, so it sounds like you just Googled some things about the elementals. A lot of that is incorrect. They're not a cross between fairies and angels. They're not the highest vibrating or send out the highest vibrations of all the elementals. None of them send out vibrations. I don't know what that means. But they don't send out any vibrations. They have a function in the world, and they maintain that function. They don't send out vibrations. And I don't know why she would consider them the most beautiful. You usually can't even see them, even when summoning them. So don't know how they could be the most beautiful. If anything, most people would probably say the mermaids or the undines, as we call them in modern context, were the most beautiful. You can't even really see the sylphs. Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, interesting. Hey Joe, what's up? What's up, Mari? What's going on? Hey Ash, what's up? Our third ear opening with this one. With the I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what she was doing. Have you initiated into the Klipot? No. I do not study Kabbalah. I study Hermeticism. Starburst seed. There we go. That's what we need. We need starburst seed. Star kiss seed. Isn't the... Oh, no, that's sun kiss. Sorry, excuse me. Bad joke. That's sun kiss. I was thinking of the orange juice. Trying to make a joke, but didn't work out. Maybe she just looked at Pinterest art. She did. She probably did. Which is fine for, like, the images in the back. That's okay. I mean, you need something back there, and you don't want just air. So, I mean, I get that. But they don't look like anything. This is just art. And she shouldn't be promoting that they do look like something. So, what's the difference between what? Never mind. Oh, okay. I mean, a sun is still a star. That's true. That's very true. How do you find out your path? You need to do research and just find what speaks to you. Find what resonates, as much as I hate that word, with you. And when you find that, just start studying it. Go deeper and deeper and see if it's, the further you go, if it still resonates with you. And just go from there. I'm drawn to the Kabbalah. That's awesome. Study it. Study it. See where it goes. See where it goes. Let's do another air elemental.
So this is what I was seeing, and it was only like one of them, and she saw me, and I saw her, and I was like, what in the world? And I started to cry, like literally standing on the beach. Could you imagine me standing on the beach, like, I was in tears. It was just so beautiful, so peaceful. Never really saw another one again, but like I said, it wasn't until 2 years later I was researching about it, and I was like, yo, elementals, that's what they're called. We know we have 4 elements. Gnomes would be earth, wind, salamanders represent fire, undines, I don't know, water, I know it's spoken of when
What do you mean,
do
I don't
DMT.
know?
It's like collectively people have talked about seeing these gnomes. Some type of motherly figure, some type of gnomes that actually help these people in like bettering their life. So is it possible these
No,
entities...
you're confusing the clockwork elves. When people do DMT, they see the clockwork elves. They don't see gnomes. They see the clockwork elves. And they're usually machine elves, clockwork elves. They're machine elves, and they're usually telling you, you know, all kinds of different technological things, and you're confusing two different. But that's New Age. Also, like, did you do any research on these? Because you still seem like you don't even know undines, like, so.
exist, they're just in a different dimension, existing at the same time with us, but we just don't know. Those are my thoughts. I don't know. Do with that what you want. And
well, I'm gonna make content is what I'm gonna do, and I urge you to continue going deeper. Don't stop there on the surface with that little with that little website you found with the cute little pictures. Keep going. It goes much deeper. Keep going.
Greetings, beloveds. Today I would love to share with all of you a beautiful technique that came to me in 2015 while working with the sylphs. This is a wonderful tool for spiritual hygiene. Go outside, day or night. Place both palms down, facing the earth for balance. Now, turn your left palm up and open towards the sky. Use your right palm to call in the 4 direction winds: north, south, east, west. Ask the sylphs to cleanse your body temple of all lower energy attachments.
Wait, why would we do that? We didn't do anything to call the sylphs. We didn't summon anything. And how you're supposed to do that with just your palm, I don't know. But there needs to be a way to get in touch with the sylphs. And you're just saying that you're going to do it with your palm doesn't do that. So why are we asking the sylphs for anything? We haven't called on them yet. So I don't know what are we going to call on them, or are we just saying prayers to invisible beings and hoping and praying that someone is listening and will respond? Because that's what it sounds like you're doing.
You will feel and see the winds pick up around you. When you feel the cleanse is complete, thank
airbending
the sylphs with gratitude. And so it is.
And so
Don't
it is.
Don't forget to share and comment.
I'm wearing a flowing kimono or whatever this is, and it blows in the wind, so you know I'm spiritual. Okay. All right. Any other elementals? That was the sylphs. I wonder what people say about the gnomes. Oops. I don't know why I did that. But let's see. Gnome elementals. There's my video, but I gotta see what this chick's talking about. There's 3 minutes and 42 seconds of this. 3 minutes and 42 seconds of this. Bro, what? And I'm crazy. This is insane. What are you gloving? Like, yeah. She goes to the raves on Saturdays and drops and puts on the gloves with the lights on her fingers and just does all the Johns in the camera. Yeah. She a glover. This isn't light language. Anyone who's ever done gloving knows exactly what this is. That's why you're out here in the woods doing it, because your husband was like, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. Go outside. Touch some grass. Crazy. I feel like it's mocking me. King Harry says, cheers, now there are 6,000 gnomes in my living room. She summoned the gnomes. Desney Citrus says, wer das mal in der Nacken D&D session testen? The Germans are not happy about this. Kralik says, I don't get it. Keffin, okay, she must be a German person, because there's a lot of Germans in here. Ich habe den Teil in der Mitternacht ganz verstanden. Okay. Yeah, she must be German. Die hat das über 3 Minuten in Gemnacht. Kannst du mir sagen, wo du die please her hast? God, this is mind-numbing. Okay, at least most of these, I would assume the German. I don't really speak German, but I would assume the German is not promoting this. They seem to be detracting her, and it seems like most of the comments are also detracting. As a gnome, I'm activated. Okay. This is crazy. She should go to our gnome forest and try it out. Do that, please. Please.
So many of you requested this, I really dove in and made a 2-parter. Here's your resource for after. Gnomes start with this guy, Paracelsus. He was a Swiss physician. And
I was about to pause it and go, we don't care about garden gnomes, moving on. But he's getting, I mean, at least he's starting out with some real gnome knowledge. A lot of people don't know that the elementals were first mentioned, at least in writing, by Paracelsus.
From the German Renaissance in about 1520. His hermetic belief was that the creator and the creation were one, that all cures to human illness could be found in nature. He's credited as creating the word gnomes from the Latin gnomus, which was from the Greek for earth dweller, in a list alongside salamanders, undines, and sylphs as the 4 elemental creatures of the natural world.
If this guy's not an occultist, I'm going to use this video as like an example for people who aren't like this is what I'm looking for when I ask people who aren't occultists questions and stuff like that. Like, where are you getting this information? This guy is clearly has done his research. I don't know if he's occultist. We can check by his name. I doubt it, but maybe. But if he's not an occultist, this is how you do the research.
Think Frozen 2. In 1670, a French satire
that gnome is kind of sassy.
Might look like, which is the basis for this. In the 1800s, when Philip Grabel, a German sculptor, started producing modern lawn gnomes, which then inspired this 1977 book by Dutch author Will Huygen, which in turn inspired these guys. So that's part 1, where gnomes are simply earth elementals that bless your garden. In part 2, I'll show how the rich ruin everything. So many of you requested this.
How the rich ruin everything. Yeah, if this guy's not an occultist, this is what I'm looking for when I ask, non-occultists, like where are you getting this information? What are you talking about? Let's see if this guy is an occultist. Doesn't sound like it. Brad, CA, Music Pro Dad, yeah, doesn't sound like, yeah. Or if he is an occultist, he doesn't talk about it like as part of his content. So yeah. Looks like he's just really into gardening and being a dad. So, yep, he's really into gardening and being a dad. So, this is a good example of what research, like what the results of research looks like. I'm gonna bookmark. I'm gonna give this guy a like, and I'm gonna bookmark this because I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna use this as like a reference for people who say things and don't have any foundation. My video. We don't need, we've already seen my video.
I haven't been really talking too much on this app, and I can tell because when I do it a lot, I'm like super comfortable talking about things, and I'm more.
All right, lady, we're not going to listen to almost 6 minutes, literally a second away from 6 minutes. What's this about? Okay, get into it. What's going on?
And I haven't been doing it, so I get like all jumbled. But I felt like I should reach out to some people. This is the Charlie. He clearly wants some attention right now. Yes. In a tree. And so we did this really cool, tree home for a gnome, and I was like, I need to. I was like, I want to make a gnome because.
Okay.
So this is part 2 of working with the elementals. If you're new here, I would go back and watch part 1 because there's some helpful information in there. So we're going to talk about gnomes, and I was probably the least familiar with this group of elementals until recently. So one day in meditation, I went through a portal that I created through my heart center, and then I opened the portal through my crown chakra, and I blasted out into the astral. And I felt like I was sliding down a slide, and I landed on this other planet. And when I looked around, it was a gnome planet. Like, there's a planet of gnomes.
Okay.
It kind of looked like.
I was going to pause this before she even got that far, and I was going to say that's not how you astral project. That's not how you project in any fashion. I don't know who's teaching you to project through the crown chakra, but it should be through the throat chakra if you're going to project it with a chakra. Because that's the disconnection point of the soul and the physical body, or your astral body, light body, whatever you want to call it, and the physical body. So that's one thing. Second thing is, what the hell are you talking about? There is no gnome planet. Like, what? The gnomes are earth elementals. Earth. So if they are on any planet, it would be here. Earth. Earth elementals. Right? So, what are you talking about? Okay? And also, again, earlier when we were watching Elizabeth April's video, right? I called out something similar. I was like, well, what you're saying, Elizabeth, because she was talking about the fairy rings. Or, well, she wasn't talking about them, but she was talking about how when people get too close to, you know, fairyland and, you know, out off nature spots where the fairies roam and the elementals roam, then they make noise. They'll do growls and do all kinds of sounds to make us disoriented and scared, so we stay away, right? But then I said, well, what about the missing 411 people? The hunters who claimed, you know, the ones who came back, that they would go into a fairy ring and they would get all disoriented and, you know, wake up in, you know, 18 miles away or something like that. And they don't know how they got there and all this other nonsense, right? That contradicts. Well, this lady right here contradicts with Elizabeth April. There, like I said earlier, there's no cohesion with the New Age. Elizabeth April was saying that she's channeling the fairies, which are part of the elementals. And she was saying how, you know, they live right here. They live out in the forests and stuff like that. This lady, who's this? We Heal Together, is saying they have their own planet. So who do we believe? Do we believe her projection during meditation, or do we believe Elizabeth April's channeling? Who's telling the truth here? And how do we validate if they're telling the truth? Neither of them are able to validate it. We just have to believe them. Elizabeth April tries to cover her ground or cover her bases before the videos even get started, where she gives her little take it or leave it speech. This is nonsense. The gnomes are not on their own gnome planet. Where are you getting that? But let's see let's see what the rest of this has to say.
Like the Smurfs. It's like a real live planet that exists like the Smurfs. It was like one of the coolest meditations I've had. But when I was introduced to that planet, I was allowed to visit. They welcomed me. They walked me around. They said they were helpful. They're here to help us on Earth. They represent good luck, fertility, protection, and abundance. And that is kind of their whole like mentality as a civilization. It was very minimal, but they all worked together very well, and there was a lot of teamwork. So if you are interested in working with the power of gnomes, you can go out to nature, to an area where you can be alone with a tree. So if you need to get out of the city, out of a park, or outside of your normal area, somewhere where you can have a little bit of space from a crowd, and you can be out in touch with nature as one.
So wait a second. You said that you were doing a meditation and you projected outward and you went to another planet to go meet the gnomes. You didn't say you went out into nature. You said you went to another planet, and the gnomes have their own planet. So why can't we do that? Why do we got to go out in the nature? Why are you the only one who gets to go to the planet, but we can't do that? We got to go out in the nature and contact them there. Interesting.
You want to get out in nature, bring an offering or a gift or a blessing, such as a penny, a rock, a coin, a flower, anything that means something to you that you would be willing to offer. So you want.
Can you tell us why, and why those specific items? Because some of those you shouldn't be using, like coins. That's probably not a good idea. But anyway, can you tell us why?
To have your offering, get quiet, get alone, quiet your mind, and put out the intention that you're ready to connect to the elementals that you're aligned with.
Well, you started out pretty good, but then that's where you messed up. You don't need to put out any intention. That's nonsense. Why don't you just summon them? Right? You should have an intention. The intention is to get in contact. So just summon them. Use ritual magic like we have been since the beginning of time. Put out your intention according to who? According to what? Your modern day New Age books? No. No, thank you.
At that time, or the gnomes or the fairies, whoever you want to talk about specifically, put your offering down and then sit in a quiet space in your heart center and allow them to reach out to you. They may not come right away. It may take a few times. They want to make sure that you're really committed. They're not just going to play around with people that are not serious about this. So once you establish that line of connection and you meet your gnomes or the elementals, you want to have a two-way connection. What can they do for you, and what can you do for them? You want to make sure that there's an even exchange and there's spiritual reciprocity going on in there, because it is...
That's good advice.
Just very important when you work with beings outside of ourselves to respect them as such. They are a blessing. They are here to help us, and the fact that they see you as someone to work with is a really big privilege. So this is part 2 of working with the elements.
All right. So a mixture of some okay information, mostly nonsense. Not sure where she's getting the gnomes have a different planet. Especially when she literally just said that you can go out in nature and find them, but she found them on another planet when she did a meditation. That's a contradiction of yourself, so I don't know what that's about. But the giving offerings and all of that is really good advice. You should do that with any type of spirit, not just the elementals. But yeah, a lot of this is bullcrap. Like it's mixing real and fake. It's mixing legitimacy and nonsense. And that's a little... I'm not here for it. But whatever. All right. All right, guys. We've been at this for a little over 2 hours. So I think we're going to call it here, especially because I'm going to be live again tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Quinn to continue our 3 books of occult philosophy reading. We're in book 3. We're a little over halfway done. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Issa, for your moderation services. Thank you guys for the engagement, for the questions. Thank you for those who were hanging out since the beginning when I did the debunk of Elizabeth April and her latest video. I hope to have that up on YouTube. Is this video done? The one I was uploading earlier? Is that finished? Yes, it's done. All right. So this is going to go up like right now. And then I will be uploading the Elizabeth April debunk. I'll probably cut this out and only do the debunk first and then do the full video later. But yeah. I will be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Quinn for our continued reading of the 3 books of occult philosophy. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys later this evening. As always, seek the mysteries. Peace.